Here I am back with you, and I got to ask you, did you come up with how valuable you are and what this really means to you? The reason I ask that is because health is critical. Obviously, without health, we don't have much else to live by. But within the health, there has to be a purpose, there has to be a goal. So with that goal, what are you willing to commit to be everything that you should be and that you can be and that you were born to be? Because it doesn't matter how old you are, it matters what you've got in your heart and what you've got in your mind for you to achieve. Because think of all the things that you've achieved over your life. It's not the time to stop or to give up or to just accept how things are, but it's time to take that life back into your heart again and take your life and build everything you want to be. See, goals have to be greater than the effort it takes to achieve them. Because there's going to be effort to be able to get to the places that you want to be with better balance. And once we get back out of this quarantine and running outside again, so you've got to put the work in to be able to have that dream again. And at the same time, a goal has to be worthy of the effort that it takes to achieve it. And above that, it's got to be the greatest. Make it the greatest, because there's no point living half a life. So today, what I want you to focus on is how much you're going to commit to you. Don't wait for somebody else to give you the help to get up before you give yourself. See, in life, I love to help. I help people, but I want to help as much as you're helping, and I'll try and inspire and motivate you. But you've got to lead your own life because you can. The last thing I want you to think about, again, is who are you? Don't look at what people say. Look at who you know you are. Don't be judged and controlled by somebody else. Live it for you and then share that greatness. So again, my thing that I want you to come away with today is I want you to pick something that you want to do. See, I know that my mum will be watching this at some point. I know her goal is to go and see her 3,000 grandchildren again. I know that her goal is going to be to get outside and go and share time with the family again. So I want to make sure that you bring something with you that is all about a goal that you have. It may be climbing to the top of a mountain, a hill. It may be walking to your favorite restaurant again without the walking sticks or the walkers. Whatever it is that you choose something great. Because I know if you commit to it, you'll be able to do it. So with that said, I think it's time for us to start the workout. I got my board set up. A couple of the rules for the board today. Make sure that as you're doing this, you have water with you. Secondly, stop at any time you want to stop. It's not about doing the whole workout, it's about doing the best workout that you can do. And slowly over time, you build up into more stamina and strength. And what you're going to get is immediate results. So as you do great, you'll know you're doing great because the board will tell you. And if you feel that you're struggling, it's okay. I guarantee today, I'll have a hard time with the balancing as well. Right? Some days I wake up and I'm a little bit more tired than other days. And I notice my balance is off. So it's great to train it. Because balance needs training, and if you don't work on the balance, it won't just come back. So those are the rules for today. I just got to make sure, did I miss anything out? You got your water, you get to rest when you want, do as much as you want. Join back in again. If you stop at an exercise and you want to take a little break and we're still going, join back in again. And that's how we're going to end up having a fantastic workout today. With that said, let me make sure everything's set up. I'm just going to move this just a little bit into here so you can see the full board. There we go. And it's time to get on the board. I got my towel, just in case you need to have a little bit in there to wipe off. Here's my water. Have a quick little sip before I start. I love water. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is just rock the board side to side. Just in here, there you go, just rocking it side to side. We're starting to, and as I want you to do that, I'm going to just start your feet moving side to side in here as well. And you can bring your foot and just slightly tap it on the inside. There you go, just nice and easy. Good, we're just getting that body warmed up and feeling the connection from the brain to the arms, working in unison with your feet. And now just slowly begin to lift those feet up into here. There you go, so the feet are coming just a little bit higher and you're allowing the board to rock as well. Beautiful. Okay, come back and stand. Put your hands down, just shake your hands out, roll those shoulders a little bit. We've got to wake up for us on the West Coast. And the East Coast, you've been going for a number of hours. I think I woke up when you woke up though, early morning. Okay, put the board in the center. I want you to find your balance on your feet, knees a little bit bent. What I want you to do is lift your foot up and tap it on the number one, bring it back down. Lift the left foot up, tap it behind the number one, bring it back down. And let's just go through that, repeating. Once you've got your location of your feet by looking down, now look back up again and see what's going on. There you go. See, you get to look at me. Only my mum, I think, would love that one. But we're in here, very good. Just a little tap. If you notice, I put my red shoes on today. I feel like Dorothy. Actually, I don't feel like Dorothy, but I want you to be able to see what my feet are doing as I'm working through here. Good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put your foot on the board and just hold the balance there. If you notice, my foot is touching the board, but the board is not rocking side to side. What's happening is the leg I'm standing on is getting stronger and the brain is connecting to be able to feel what's happening on the foot I'm standing on. Good. Bring it back down. Lift the right leg up. Place it on the board. You can see my balance is a little off on this side. Leave the foot on the board, but it's not rocking and it's not touching the ground. My left leg now is working really hard just to find that stabilization. Let's try it on the other leg. Bring it back up, place it behind the number one. There you go. And just balancing. Good, bring it back down again. Lift the foot up, tap the board. You've not really got much pressure on it. And you're just there balancing. See, already my balance has got better because my brain is connecting to the foot left on the ground. Perfect, bring it back on there. Now what I want you to do is just lift your left leg up nice and high and just hold it there and balance. Without the board touching the ground or rocking side to side. Now take your opposite arm and lift it up. There you go. And again, if you're going off balance, you've got the pole there to save you, but you'll notice how good your balance is. Bring it down, change feet. Lift the other leg up, find your balance. Make sure you're balanced, good. Now lift the opposite arm up. Beautiful. Feel good. And even if you're feeling a little off balance, if you need to step down, find your balance, or step here and then come back up again, hold on to that. You can give me a little wave as well. You're doing fantastic. And believe me, over the weeks, we're going to start building these up where this becomes just such a warm-up and we get into some real workouts as well. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do now is tap with your right foot. 1, 2, 3. Bring it to the ground. 1, 2, 3. Bring it to the ground. Good. 1, 2, 3. Bring it to the ground. And again, 1, 2, 3. Bring it to the ground. Now I want you to lift the leg a little higher as you go and bring it down. Lift the leg a little higher, and you'll notice as you change your foot position, you're also having to change the balance on the leg that you're standing on. So your brain is connecting. As I go here, I feel more pressure on the little toe. So in the middle, I'm kind of in the middle of the foot. As I begin to move out, the strength goes into the outside of the foot left on the ground. One more time. Here, here, and here. And bring it back down. Okay, that's fantastic. Now we're going to reverse it and go the opposite way. This is a real challenge now. Lift your knee up, go across. 1, 2, 3, and bring it down. Go across. You can look down at the board, see where your foot's going, and bring it back down again. There you go. And 1. Oops, I lost my balance. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Bring it back down. And the other side. 1, 2, 3. And one more time each side. You go 1, 2, 3. Bring it back down on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3. Good. All we do, let go. Or you can hold on if you want. Just shake your legs out. We've got them going. I can feel my muscles beginning to work. My hip flexors are beginning to strengthen because of the up and down motion. And I'm glad I wore grey today because you'll see the sweat starting to come on. Good. Take your right ankle. All I want you to do is just roll it slightly out. We want to make sure that you have loose ankles. That doesn't mean weak ankles. Suppleness gives you the ability to add strength. Good, and change feet. Now your left foot's going to roll out. There you go, just rolling it around, trying to loosen those ankles up, because from, again, being supple, you can add strength. Good, let's change feet. Now you're going to go from the outside and roll it in. There you go. Perfect, going through. And all you're doing here is just turn and now change legs, start out and roll it in now. So we reverse the looseness of the ankle to build strength. And as you're doing this, your brain is also feeling exactly what's going on with your body as well. You're in control of your body. Everything here is the strongest that you have. Good. Shake the legs out. Warm-up's almost done. All I want you to do now is I want you to step on the board, lift the leg up and just stand there. And you'll notice how you're slightly off balance. If you want to, let go with one hand, let go with the other hand, and then let go with both hands. Now let's step down, go to the other side. I'm stepping behind the number 2, step up, feel that balance. And again, the ground's off the flat angle, so your body is adapting to being on an off angle. Now lift one hand up if you want, lift another hand up if you want. If you want to hold on, that's good, or lift both hands up and find where your balance is. Beautiful. Let's step back down, go to the other side. Step behind the number 2, find your balance. Take one hand off, put it back on. Take the other hand off, put it back down. Both hands off if you feel safe. If you don't have to do this. Go at your level. And you just come back down. Go behind the number 2 again. I step up. I find my balance. One hand off, back down. Other hand back off, back down. Now, can you take both hands off and find that balance? And what you'll notice is your ankle is getting stronger and you're feeling how to be balanced in an off stable position. Good. Now what I want you to do, step back up into here. Now I want you to put your other foot on number 2, rock, come back, lift your foot up, take one hand off, take the other hand off, both hands off, and step back down again. We go to the other side. You step up. You put your foot on the number 2 opposite side, rock. Come back, lift your foot off, one hand up. Hi to anybody that's just joined. I can't even see who's joined from where we are. Now both hands off, but I can see people joining in. Back down and step back off. Now we're going to see if we can do that a little faster. So you step up, you rock, you lift up, one hand off, down, one hand off, down, up, both hands, back down, step it back off. We go to the other side, up, step on, rock back, find your balance, lift your leg, one hand off, down, one, hi mum, down, both hands off, down, and then we step back off. Can we do it even faster now? So we go up, rock, lift, up, down, both down, step back off. And again, up, rock, up, lift, one hand up, two hand up, both hands up, step back. One more time through. So we go up, rock, lift, up, down, both down, step back off. Last side, up, rock, bring it back, hold, one hand up and down, one hand up and down, both hands up and down, and then back on. Now remember, when you do any of these exercises, if you try something, you begin to feel a little off balance or a little nervous, grab hold of those poles. What I'm going to do is push your level to be able to do more, but you never want to do anything that you're not safe with. Okay, next exercise that we're going to do. We're going to step on number 2 and step on number 2. And all I want you to do is just rock. And as we're rocking side to side, I want you to really take the time to listen to the explanations that I'm giving, because it's critical. It's not the balance board alone that makes the difference. It's you that makes the difference. And the more you understand, the better you're going to get the results. Now, everything about the balance board is about the brain feeling the body going again. And just keep rocking smoothly. Now, if you get into the rocking smoothly and you're listening to me, you'll notice that your brain is getting your body to work, while at the same time your muscles are actively doing another activity than what the brain's focusing on. That's the proprioceptive connection, connecting to what your muscles want to do subconsciously while your focus is on something else. So for example, you're walking down the road, you're not having to look at the ground, you're able to look up and look at the beautiful greenery. Even out in California right now, it's beautiful and green. And you can look side to side, you can look forward, you can look back over your shoulder, and your body is already in control because the brain subconsciously is teaching or controlling and guiding what it wants you to do. So the second thing I want you to realize here is every exercise is about the feel. It's not about doing the exercise and rushing through it. It's about the feel. Make sure that you're feeling what's going on. It's not about rushing it. It's about being able to control and feel so the brain is in control again of the body. Now, what I want you to do, and this is going to be a little First time I've done this one with a group, what I want you to do is as you rock, I want you to slowly close your eyes. The poles are there to keep you safe, and I want you to feel the rock. Go really slow, don't go fast. This should be a relaxing moment, almost for those of you who had kids and you used to rock your kids to sleep in your arms. Don't fall asleep, but it's that calm feeling. It's not the scared, nervous, fast. And what I want you to do is I want you to feel the pressure on your left foot and your right foot as you go, where you can feel how the brain is controlling. You don't have to look, you don't have to see. Everything is feeling what you're doing. Good, and open your eyes again slowly. Good, now I want you to speed it up a little bit. Good, so we start to rock, and I want you to feel the difference now, how again, keep the brain, look at me in the camera, so you're not looking down and seeing. You don't need to look to see what your brain's or your body's doing. What you want to do is feel how it's going. There you go. So just rocking side to side. Good, now going a little bit faster, I'm going to close slowly. And again, if you get nervous, open your eyes. But again, going a little faster, close your eyes and feel how the brain adapts to the feel, because the brain is so powerful. It's so incredible. And again, if I said to you, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Most of you would turn around and say, I feel so much younger because my brain is active. My brain is incredible. My body is falling behind my brain. Well, in that case, put your brain into your body. Let your brain get your body younger again by controlling it and not letting it control you. Okay, what I want you to do now is just lift your feet, put it on number 2. And all we're doing is we're rocking and stepping side to side. There you go. So we're just stepping. Now, what I want you to do is and you can pick this. This is your own workout. You can put your feet on a different place each time you come back. So it's not just staying on 2 and 2. You're changing your feet to different positions. And again, look down, make sure you know where your feet are going. I've done this quite a few times, so I kind of got a feeling as to where it goes. But go at your own pace and make sure that as you're going, I can put my foot right in the middle of the board. And if you want to go slow, I can go slow, just feel it again and change the speed. So we're going to do this for about another 30 seconds. As we're doing this going through, I'm actually going to step off the board and get a drink of water because I can feel that again I'm getting warm, which means I'm beginning to dehydrate. So I'm going to step back, keep going at your own pace, or if you want to step off, grab your water too and make sure you're having a good drink. I have to say it's critical for you to have your water breaks because again, the statistics show that over 50% of seniors are in a constant state of dehydration. And if you're in a constant state of dehydration, that's not good because it takes all the energy and it actually affects your brain. Think about that. Your brain is a muscle, and if you're dehydrated, it can't function to its greatest potential. And if your brain and your heart are the 2 most powerful pieces of you, you've got to make sure you feed them. Okay, with that being said, we're now going to go back on and get a little balance going. So put your feet on 2 and 2. If you've kept going, great job. Awesome. What I want you to do is just a little rock side to side. Now, let's find that balance. And again, if you look down, you'll notice that your eyes judge. What I want you to do is look up, look forward, and let your brain feel what's going on. And if you get calm, and I'll get calm now, I'm talking, I'll find my balance, will begin to feel those pressure points, and they'll adjust really quickly. As I get off balance, I can correct my balance really quickly, but you're working. Your stabilization muscles are working, your brain is working, how incredible is that? And your body is reacting to what's needed to be stable. Very good. Now take your feet and put them either behind the poles or outside the poles on 3 and 3, and just rock a little bit side to side. And I've got a little challenge coming up for you soon. I'm gonna see. I have to be honest, my balance doesn't feel amazing today, so it's great that I'm doing this. Sometimes I can react and my balance is just there, perfect. Good, so we're gonna hold here. Now find your balance on 3 and 3. And what you'll notice, keep your knees bent just a little bit, that the inside of your legs are beginning to work. So you'll feel the inner thighs right in here are beginning to work to control. So you're strengthening your legs as you're working on your balance. You'll also feel more pressure on the big toe because again, the wider your feet go, the more the pressure is going to be on the inside of them. And when the pressure's on the inside of them, you're strengthening up your feet as well, which is critical to save a fall, to have the strength in the foot to push back. Good. Hold that balance. Once I focus on it, it gets a little bit easier. Now, put your feet, I'm going one on one, and you'll feel as you rock, it's more of a skiing kind of motion. You're going to be using your hip muscles in here as you're going. You'll feel the outer sides of your quads working rather than the inners when your feet are wider. And now come and find that balance in the middle. Some people find this much easier. Everything is relative. Good, and you find that balance. Now, if you feel confident, take one arm off with your balance. You'll notice that your balance changes because my hand's going away from my body. I'm going to try it on the other side as well. Can I keep that balance and not have the board touch the ground? Good, and if you really want to challenge, keep your hands close, but take both hands off of the poles. And you'll notice the quick little changes that you have, again, teaching the brain what's going on with the body and reacting. Good, let's go back to 2 and 2. So this is my challenge for you because we've gone through them all. We're going to lift your foot up. Well, you're going to lift your foot up. I'm going to lift my foot up. We're not going to lift your foot up. But in here, all we're going to do is lift your foot up. Now, when I say go, put your foot back on number 2 because we're on 2 and 2 and find that balance as quick as you can. Go. I overput. We're going to do that again. There's the balance. Good. Push, lift your foot up and go. How quick? There you go. That's better on mine. I got my pressure. I'm going to go again 3 times. Here we go. And go. Boom. Find that balance straight away. How quickly is your brain feeling what's happening with your body? Let's go the other side. Lift your right leg up. Good. And go. You put down. How quick can you find? Oh, that wasn't so good on that side for me. There you go. Good. And again. Lift it up. Number 2. And go. My reaction side on this one, I'm having to stop talking, which some of you will be like thumbs up. Go down one more time. But I have to focus. Go. Boom. And know that you can do it. Even if it's awkward or it's tough, know that you can do it. And every time you do it, you'll begin to get better. Good. Let's move your feet to 3 and 3. Excellent. Lift your left leg up and go. How quick? Oops, I overcorrected. I put too much pressure down. Can I correct quickly? Find that balance. Good. And push down your right foot, lift your left leg up, go again. Now that time I undercorrected. The first time I pushed too hard. The second time I pushed just a little too soft. Let's go one more time. Up and go. Brilliant. And let's change feet. Lift up your right leg and go straight away. Find that balance. Don't let the sides of the board. And the beautiful thing is the board tells you the truth. If you have a problem with your balance, the board safely will tell you, hey, I'm not quite balanced. Let's go again. I'm in here and boom, find that balance again. If you're perfectly balanced, the board lets you know, and it's an amazing feeling to know that you've conquered what the board is trying to stop you doing. It doesn't want you to be balanced. It wants you to learn how to control yourself, which controls the board. One more time. Here we go, and go, boom. Again, I overcorrected on that one. Awesome. Good. Let's bring both feet to 1 on 1. This is the last time, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to be feeling this right now because I work out on the board 6 days a week, at least, sometimes 7, and I can feel my muscles working straight away because it's real life activity. What we're doing is building the stamina in here to be able to do activities longer. So if you want to walk, there's a place I love back in England. Just rock side to side while we do this, just to loosen the legs a little bit. There's a place in England called Corfe Castle, or as you say in America, Corfe Castle. And it's a long walk up to the top of the castle. It was actually in 1066. It was blown up. Oliver Cromwell came down, and it's just the ruins of Corfe Castle now. And I love going there. When I go back to England to visit my family, I love going there because it reminds me of my childhood, but it's a long walk. If I want to get to the top of that castle and see the ruins, I've got to make sure that I'm in a good physical shape to get there so I enjoy it instead of struggling. I actually enjoy it, so the stamina. Okay, here we go. Find your balance on 1 on 1. Good, lift your left leg, let the ball touch the ground. Now quickly find that balance. Good, and again, lift your leg up and put it down on one, find that balance quickly. So now I'm reminiscing about Corfe Castle. Lift your left leg up. Every time I love going back there. Good. And let's go on the right side. Lift your right leg up and push down, go. I wasn't so good on this side again. But tomorrow I will be better because I trained today. Good, lift your right leg up and put it down, boom. Find that balance. And one more time, lift your leg up, put it back down, find that balance straight away. There you go. Good. And step back off of the board, shake your legs out. And I've got one more exercise in here to do before I'm going to turn the board. Then we'll have one final exercise to do just to work as we build up on the basic days. And each day, I shouldn't say every day will get harder, but every day can become a better challenge without being harder. We can maybe move a little faster through exercises. But for those that have just got their 60 up balance board and you're the first time on the board, make sure that you go through the how to get on the board safely. Make sure that you understand how to get on and off the board and go at your own pace. And I love having you here as part of us as well. So the last exercise we're going to do, you're going to step on 2 and 2. Come and find your balance. And all I want you to do is just go into a very slight knee bend, come back up, go up on your toes. Again, don't let your body go ahead of the pole. Stay in line with the pole so they can hold you. Now come back down, go into a knee bend again. Come back up, go back up onto toes. So you're getting that balance. You'll begin to feel your calves, your ankles, your feet starting to come back down. We go back into a squat, keeping that body. Again, when you do a squat, let your butt stick out. Don't let your knees come forward and sit backwards. Keep your chest in line with your knees and just go into that little squat. Come back to the middle, go up on your toes. When you go up on your toes, you'll feel that your knees do straighten. Come back down, we've got 2 more to go. Go back into that squat, butt goes out, chest stay over the knees. Don't let your knees go forward ahead of your toes or through the poles. Come back up. Go up on your toes, feel that balance, come back down. I can feel I'm sweating, I've got sweat running down my back now. Go into that little squat, hold it there, feel that strength, come back to the middle, legs go straight, go up on your toes, hold that balance, excellent. Come back down and step back off of the board. Okay, I'm beginning to work. This is going to shake those legs out. Good, I want you to get one more drink of water. Cheers. Now, you don't have to do this with me. I'm going to turn the board, but before I turn the board, I want to show you you're going to step on and put your feet so the arches of your feet are over the middle red line on the board. So I'm here, my knees will stay slightly bent, my head stays up, and you can listen to the directions. You can turn the board and face me, or you can look to the side as we're doing this as well, right? I'm going to actually turn my board. So I just grab the mat, I swivel the board around so I'm now facing you. I step back on, hold the front pole, and I'm going to bend my knees. And all I'm going to do is rock by pushing. Don't pull on the pole. I could actually do this without holding onto the pole. This is just my safety. But I'm rocking back and forward in here. So I push on my heels, push on my toes. I'm not leaning back as I do it. I'm keeping my body centered, and I'm allowing my toes to push and my heels to push, but my body stays in a neutral, non-moving position. Let me just turn it this way again so you can see what I'm talking about. As I go into here, watch how as I push, my body stays where it is. So I'm working the muscles. I'm not leaning forward and letting my body get out of control. I'm just staying here, just nice and smooth. My body stays, my ankles are working, my toes are working, my heels are working, my calves are working. My quads are in a great position as well because in a slight knee bend, they're getting stronger too. So I'm just rocking forward and backwards in here. Good, now what I want you to do is find that balance in the middle. While you're doing that, I'm going to turn the board back around and face you. There you go. Keep finding that balance. So now as I find my balance in here, I'm really working on my brain saying, where's my pressure? Is it on my toes? Is it on my heels? Is it on my toes? Is it on my heels? And that's critical again to if I begin to fall forward or you're feeling unstable, I can correct with a little push of my toe. Now what I want you to do is now just rock forward and backwards again. And when I say go, how quickly can your brain get your body to feel being balanced again? Are you ready? And go. Keep those knees bent. There you go, good. Holding that balance. Good, and rock forward and backwards again. That's awesome. And again, find the balance. Oops, I overcorrected on my toes, but I can save and change that correction. There you go, good. And rock forward and backwards again. Very good, now find that balance. Now once you've found the balance, what I want you to do is take one leg off of the board, not too high, but see if one leg can control your balance. If you get nervous or you feel out of control, put the other foot back down again. Good, we don't have to turn the direction, put both feet back on the board. Now lift up the opposite leg that you just did and see if you can find that balance again. So one leg is getting stronger and controlling the whole body. In fact, your foot is really controlling your balance because your brain is telling it, what is it doing? Where's the pressure? Where do I need to change? Put both feet back on again. Good, lift your foot up. There you go, you're feeling that balance again. Excellent. Good, put both feet back down again. Lift the other foot up. Find that balance. Good, when you found it, give yourself that reward. It's not about being perfect, it's about being best. It's not about being, again, not making mistakes. It's about how do I correct for mistakes, because everything in life that we have success in had challenges along the way, and those challenges may have come from mistakes we made or things that we had to correct that other people brought into our lives, but we were able to correct and change. Put both feet back down again. Now what I want you to do from here is just rock forward and backwards nice and easy. There you go. Just loosening up. There you go, just nice and easy. Now what you do is step off the side of the board. Good. Now the last thing I want you to do, and this one I am going to ask you to do, and I may have to change the camera on this one as well, we're actually going to do a core exercise. I want you to have a great core in here. So we're going to do a very basic exercise to begin with, and this is stuff that we don't put on the videos, but I do have them on YouTube. If you go to the 60 Up channel on YouTube, you'll see I have 60 exercises, 10 in a row, where we can do core, but during our live performances, I'm going to start putting core work into here as well that I've had bodybuilders use, professional athletes use. I do these as well, and it's really incredible how simple they are, but how we strengthen the core, which is really critical to overall health and balance of movement. So I want you to get your board, and I want you to turn it so the red ball is furthest from the camera. This way you can see the back of the board and it's facing the camera. I'm going to see if I can push in just a little bit here. So I just saw things. Sandy, Bob Eubanks is 82. That's right. He's 82 years old. When I first created this board and took him through the balance program, when I trained Bob, he was actually 79 years old. And I would say 3 years later at 82, he is better now than he was when he was at 79. And that's not saying stuff. His quality of life, and most importantly for me, his mental health. And when I say mental health, I mean, he wasn't excited about the future. Now Bob wakes up excited about the future and creating new things and living things he didn't think he'd live again. So thank you for recognizing that. So what we're going to do is you're going to sit on the board down here. I don't know if the angle, let me see if I can tip this angle down just a little bit in here. There you go. So sometimes it can be hard to get up or get down. If you have a hard time getting down on the board, put your hands on here and just use your arms to hold. And I'm obviously in this position here, but just go down onto your knee, put your hand on the board, and you can turn around. Now what I want you to do is sit in the middle, and I want you to just try and find that balance point on the board. Right now, by balancing, your core is getting really strong from balancing here. Put your butt slightly towards the edge of the board, not sitting right in the middle, and scoot it down. Now your arms could hold onto the poles, like the poles become almost like a stop in here for you. And I want you to round your back so you're leaning backwards very slightly. Now from there, what I want you to do is just lift your feet slowly off the ground. It's hard for you to see. Let me scoot back a little bit so you can see my feet too. There you go, I think, yeah, there you go. Oops, knocked over my water. So now as I'm in here, I find my balance, I scoop my butt, and just slightly lift your legs off, and be aware of where your weight goes. So I adjust my weight slightly so the board doesn't touch the ground. You've got the handles on the sides to hold on to. And I can just be here, lifting my legs up again. Don't sit upright. Squeeze your abs and allow your abs to round a little bit so you contract them. Then I have, knocked over my water again. Then I have my arms against the poles, I round my back, I squeeze my abs as tight as I can, and then I slowly lift my feet off of the ground through here, keeping my balance, but thinking the whole time, squeeze your stomach, squeeze those core muscles, keep them nice and tight. Now come back down, put your feet here. Now what I want you to do is rock side to side. There you go, you're rocking, and as you rock, you'll feel how your muscles change, how they're working, because I'm keeping my body still. As I go off balance, I stabilize with my core. As I go off, I stabilize with my core. So I'm working through here. Now come back to the middle, find that balance. Now this is the final thing that I want you to do today. I'm going to scoop my butt just a little more forward, keep rounding. What I want you to do is hold that balance and take your hands off. And feel at peace. You're totally at peace, your body's relaxed, your breathing is really smooth. It's really smooth. Your whole brain feels in control of your body. And now you're going to come back and we're going to stand up and go through a very quick cool down to loosen the muscles up that have been working. So to get off the board, push down on one side. You can use your hand. You can turn around here, put your hands on the poles and bring yourself back up. And you're back standing again. So there you have the board. I'm just going to tilt this back up just a little bit again. Here we go here. Tilt it back up. Okay, and we're going to go through a real quick little cool down. I'm going to turn my board back around again. There you go. So, first part of the cool down, we're going to do here. Just take your legs and just lift the heels behind you. Not too hard, not too high. All we're doing is we're stretching a little bit the quads, lengthening them out, because even after the squats that we did, those muscles are tight. And just by doing this, don't put any effort. Just lift those heels up. You're not really using your hamstrings too much. Do that, just loosen those up. Good. What I want you to do now, take your hands, shake your hands out, roll your shoulders backwards. Do 5 of those. 3, 4, 5, and bring them forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what I want you to do, tilt your head slightly to the right, tilt your head to the left, and to the right, and to the left. We're going to build these stretches up as you get more supple. Now what you do is just look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder, look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder, and just drop your chin and bring it all the way across. There you go, good. And come back to the middle. Now, last one that I want you to do in here, step back slightly from the pole, and all I want to do is just walk your hands down the pole. At any point you've gone far enough, you can push yourself back up. But I want you to work your way down so you feel the stretch in the back of your legs. If you want, you can put your hands on the board and just feel that stretch. But the poles are always here, and go slow. The poles are always here to be able to pull yourself back up again. We're gonna go one more time down. I remember when I was at Lane Theatre Arts, and I don't know who's watching, but some of the people that I used to dance with, when I do these exercises, my face always turns red. And I'm still breathing. I think it's that English skin. So I'm just in here, feel that stretch. Good, and just feel nice and relaxed and at peace. Just feel the stretch down the back of the legs. Put your hands back on the poles if they were off, pull yourself back up. And there you have it. That's our last stretch for the day. You can always shake your legs out. But again, I want to grab water, and I'm going to take a couple of minutes to answer any questions that you may have for those that are still on here, because text in, write in your questions. Let me just grab my water real quick. Here you go. I'm going to grab a chair. I'm going to bring this over. And what I want is just please write any questions that you have. Ask any questions you have. I'm going to turn the music off. I'll turn it down. And please feel free to ask any questions. Sandy, let me see if I can scroll back through here and see who's on. Hey Mum, I see my mother's on there all the way from England on her 60 up balance board. Love you always. Sandy, I'm starting week 3 and at 61 still can't go. You will get your balance, trust me. When you're working it, everything that you're doing is retraining. See, the problem is when we've let it get to a certain point and we haven't been training it and thinking it's going to solve itself, it won't. This is a story that I love to tell. Right? People will tell you that go to the gym to work your balance, right? To get better with balance, go to the gym and work your muscles. But your muscles have nothing to do with balance. They only have the ability to sustain your skeletal structure. And the stronger you are, obviously, the more stamina you have. But think about it this way. For those of you that had kids, when they were trying to walk and they'd stand up and they'd fall and they'd stand up and they'd fall and they'd stand up and they'd fall, how many times did you take them to the gym to have them get better at balance? None. Because what it was the brain, through the proprioceptive connection, was figuring out where's my pressure points, where do I have to be, what do I have to do to be able to, take that first step. And they take their first step and they'd fall because the brain hadn't trained itself to move, right? With the body being in a stable, upright position. Then it tried to run. And when they tried to run, you sit there and you put your arms out and they'd run at you and throw themselves into the arm because they didn't know how to stop. So when you look at this, going to the gym doesn't fix balance. Going to the gym strengthens your skeletal structure, which is critical, and it can increase your bone density and help with so many different areas as well, exercise and the heart and everything. But balance is unique, that it has to have its own training program, which life gives you. So because you've been balanced, all you're doing is retraining and reconnecting the speed of the body and the brain to connect, and you will get it back. So Sandy, stay doing it. Don't give up, because your body is made to be excellent. And sometimes when we ignore issues, we're giving up on it too early, and you can get it back again. Let's go through. Yeah, keep rocking, Sandy. Keep rocking, keep feeling it. I'm trying to see the other stuff you wrote. So you said you have no true balance. Well, the thing is, go slowly. There's no rush to it, right? Make sure that when you're doing these exercises, it's not about being perfect. You saw me today. It sounds, I don't mean to be, I created this board, I invented this board, I trained I know this board better than anybody else in the world knows this board. And you saw, I was off balance today. But what I do, I don't try and have it perfect. I find moments of perfection. I'm gonna go off balance. Even breathing, as you breathe in, it changes the body weight or the expansion and the center just slightly. So you're always correcting. So don't go for perfect balance and being perfect. Go for better balance that can give you everything you want to do in life. And you won't give up. Hey, Paula, I don't know if you're still on, but your delivery is in 4 days. Thank you so much for getting the 60 up balance board, and thank you for being here today, because if you don't have the board and you're still here, you can still do some of the exercises, but I love your commitment to you, and I want you to be part of our 60 up family, because we truly do care, and you'll see that as the longer you stay with us, we're here to help you. This board was not invented to sell to people. It was only invented to help Bob when I was trying to help him, but had so much success with Bob in such a short time that we tried it with other people that came and said, I can't believe what happened to Bob. Could you help my mother or my mother-in-law? Then I trained my own mother on it, who, unbelievable how that changed. And every single one of our reviews and every single one of our testimonials are real users. It's their true story. No one's paid to say anything. We refuse to pay for a testimonial review because we don't want to lie or have something that's not true to give a fake hope to somebody else. So if they did it, I guarantee you can do it too. I saw an email about 5 weeks ago about somebody that had been in a wheelchair for 4 years. They started using the 60 up balance and they're back walking again. Those are the things that make life not worth living beyond what life should be, helping others, because that fills us up too. So Sue, use it every day. I need some new workouts though. I'm so happy you're doing these. Yes, they will be on our Facebook, and I know Rosie, you said the same thing as well. If you can't make them, we will be posting these back up for you to follow through. And at the same time, we're going to try and get these up on YouTube, but they will be on Facebook. And I am going to be creating new workouts as well. So I love the fact, Sue, that you said you use yours almost every day and you need some new workouts. We're going to be creating new workouts and harder ones. And if you do go to YouTube, you'll see that we have the 60 and 60. That's 60 exercises of 1 minute each one. And that will allow you to, increase the intensity and the time and the speed of your workout as well. Because balance training is not about doing it for hour upon hour. Balance training can be, can I correct quickly? Can I correct quickly? So that transfers into my everyday life. And then as we add the bands and we go more intense, we start adding the strengthening to the skeletal structure by making sure your body and the muscles can react to whatever you want to do. So whether it's picking up your grandchildren, whether it's reaching on top of the car because you put your Starbucks on top and you've got to put it too high and you've got to reach up, getting something out the cupboard, bending down, picking up your groceries or laundry. We've got to strengthen the muscles now to be able to maintain and have the endurance for the balance. Phyllis, is 20 minutes a day a good amount of time to spend with the balance board? Yes. One of the exercises that I had Bob do, which really made a difference, was actually watch TV and just rock on the board side to side for 20 minutes. He'd have his 20-minute workout in the morning, which would, he sometimes would go a little bit longer. As he got better, we'd sometimes go up to 40 minutes, but the 40 minutes would be stopping for water breaks. Sometimes Bob would sit down, would chat a little bit, get back up on the board. I don't think we ever did 40 minutes straight. And but in the evenings, I'd say instead of working out or instead of sitting on the sofa, stand on the balance board and just rock while you're watching your favorite TV show. And if you do that, you'll end up, subconsciously your brain is working and you're getting used to the change of your balance, change of the body moving side to side. And subconsciously, you're developing a better balance as well. But 20 minutes of committed focus, and when I say committed focus, letting the brain feel the body. Let the brain feel the body and go through that. So those are some of the questions that I've answered that have come through today. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. Love knowing that you're here. If I can help in any way, reach out. I really want you to have a beautiful day today and love yourself. So many times we're so busy giving things away to other people because, we're told, that loving yourself can be selfish. You've got to give. But give love to yourself. Love who you are. Be proud of who you are. Because it's so important that you look at your power. Stop giving your power away to others and robbing yourself. But look at the qualities you have. Sometimes things that you've never even acknowledged about yourself. And you start looking and say, what do I have to offer other people? That makes you great. So have a beautiful day. Stay balanced. I'm back tomorrow morning with another workout. There will be new exercises. There'll be some that we've done. We're going to fly through. And as the weeks go on, we'll keep mixing and matching. And the last thing, if you have anything you want help with, and this is so important, leave messages here. Leave messages on our Facebook page. Let me know, or you can private message us. Let me know the issues you're having or things you'd like to work on. And I will personally adapt our workouts to help you. And obviously I can't get to everybody every day, but I will reach out and let you know what we're going to be working on and how I can help you. So have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care.